think it's safe to say we came here to take over the game. Yeah. Steph. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy. More heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. So it's just a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them up facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back.
Yes, they do show us love back. Once again, it's on. You are now rocking with the best. We are the Politics as Usual podcast, where we are covering everything NBA related, and of course, some sneakers. I got my man Pots and Pans, 50 grand from the Coatesville land, Mr. Segway King Carter. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Jack? I'm the Segway King tonight. Jack, what up, Jack?
Man, you looking like you about to record What's Going On. What's going on, album? I'm liking that.
I'm in my 70s vibe. Listen,
I see, man. You got some vinyl out tonight.
Listen, I told you before we got on, you know, in the barbershop, they was making fun of me. They said that I was getting too close to the screen. So I got my specs today. I'm feeling the spirit of Marvin today.
Look at me now. Now they got me all self-conscious. Thanks a lot, Dolph. Now I'm way back here. I can't even see. Let me ease up. Listen. Great, eventful week as always. The NBA is more exciting than ever. A lot going on, a lot of storylines, a lot of headlines, front lines, and I'm glad that we can have a discussion about what's going on. How you want to start it, Marvin?
Listen, I kept all receipts.
Whoa.
Ja is back, Jack.
Listen.
Ja Morant is back.
No, listen.
Did you see that game last night, Jack?
Buddy, I watched every minute of it. I knew it would change, but I didn't think he would change it like that. I said, they're going to make it competitive. But at that fourth quarter, I said, he looks like the old Ja.
He was very winded, very tired.
You know, one time he looked like me on the sideline.
He looked incredible, though.
He needed an inhaler.
Listen, I knew it was a good game when my wife was into the game. She was screaming at the screen more than I was.
What was she saying?
She yelled, right?
Give me one thing she said.
Hurry up! She's going to kill me for that. But it was a great game, though, Jack. Ja Morant back for the first time playing 35 minutes. I mean, my God, what do you have? 34 points, 8 assists? I mean, for game one, man, that's crazy. Did you think he would play that good first game back?
I had no idea. No, I thought he could get I did have a parlay on him, so I did a shout out to Jay, got him some cash. And I knew he would score over 24 points. I said he gonna get just because they're so injured and they need his production. But I didn't think he would be at the end of the game spinning and doing his job thing. And man, they forgot Zion was on the court, man. And I was trying to figure out who looked more tired, Zion or Ja.
Listen,
Ja's got a little excuse.
Listen, and shout out to Tez real quick. Tez posted a little clip of Zion walking off the court, and it's the caption says, "Why does Zion look like he just got told to go to his room? Now I can't unsee it." It looked exactly like that. Shout out to Tez.
Why is he walking like that, man?
But they both looked extremely tired. But man, Ja Morant, man. Listen, he looked incredible, man. He brought him back from down 19 points.
19,
he was down 19. I thought it was going to be a bad homecoming.
Yeah,
bad first game at the first half, and then he turned it up in the second half. Jack.
And here's what's funny: when they was losing, he wasn't there. But as soon as Ja hit that shot, T. Morant appeared out of nowhere. It was like magic. He had the hood on. I said, "Look at Usher with dad with that hood on." No, I was like, "No, that's T. Morant."
Came out of the abyss.
Man. And Ja looks so. Ja, man, listen. I said I would say they're more focused on coming next year because they had so many injuries. They had Steven Adams. They would be right at the top of the West, and I was hearing the debates, him talking about keeping his receipts, and I said I don't think he's talking about people who say he should be suspended. I think he's talking about those who are saying all those guards were better than him.
Right.
How we be talking about Halliburton, we talking about Fox, we talking about Jalen Brunson, and he came in there like Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot.
Yeah, man. Listen, and the rest of the players look better too. Bane looked better. I mean, that team just looks like a different team with Ja out there, man. So we talked about him last week, man. We said we were rooting for the guy, man,
Yes.
to make a comeback. And I'm just happy that, it went the way it went. I saw a picture today. Did you see what he has tattooed on his hand?
I did not see that.
Him. He has a tattoo on his hand that says him. I said, "Ooh, that's cold there."
I was watching it. I don't know, executive producer can verify. Were you watching it? I don't know. But I said just the energy on the team is like up 50%.
Totally different with him.
Having him out there makes a difference. And I'm going to get a tattoo in my hand that says him. My mind's going to be HYMN.
I see what you did there, Jack.
Like turn to.
Man, but
John's so athletic. He was doing them. He did some of those layups. I was like, yo, he wasn't just sitting at the crib. You could tell he was involved, even though Kenny Smith made a great point. He says you don't get in shape to play basketball. You play basketball to get in shape. I might have messed that up. You could tell he didn't have the game in shape, but everything else was intact. He looked sharp. His movement, they still were scared of him. And you help me understand this. Why didn't they double at the end? The fastest dude in the league. I feel sorry for Herb Jones out there.
Like he was on the island by himself. Everybody else went to the corner and said, "You got it." But you figure it was almost written for it to happen that way, right? Like it couldn't have gone any more perfect the way that it came down to the last shot.
Yes.
He gets a full head of steam, and like you said, you don't double him, and he hits the game winner. I mean, how much more perfect is that, man? Ja is back, man. Like, I was just happy for the kid, man. Listen, everybody forgot that he really is him. He really is.
I was an original Ja guy, but I did get my jokes off on him, and for that,
we apologize, Ja.
But now, listen, I'm right back on the bandwagon. That dude is something special, and it's funny. Him and Zion, this is their first time really playing against each other.
It's been a while, yeah,
because Zion was always injured, and man, he's looking like he should have been a number one pick.
Listen, I think Ja believed that back then that he was the better player. I mean, all the hype at that time was around Zion, but I mean, Ja was doing exactly what he's doing now at Murray State. He was doing this at Murray State. It's crazy.
And here's another thing. Barkley and them brought it up. Shout out Charles Barkley. He was looking terrible with that flu, whatever he got.
It's going around.
Oh yeah, man. And he said something. Talking about Zion getting in shape that I noticed last night. When Zion got that dunk and his head was up near the rim, as soon as he come back down, he couldn't run back. He didn't run back. It was that one jog, like I'm getting sent to my room, like I'm a little kid, like Ted said. And I noticed, and Barkley said that's why he can have 35 one night and get you 10 next, because he's not in top physical shape. And Kenny Smith said to dominate for 12 years like Barkley and Shaq, you have to remain at top shape all time. And when they said that, I said, that's why we didn't see any of those highlights from Zion in the second half.
Yeah.
And somehow, go ahead.
It's perfect coming from somebody like Charles Barkley.
Yes.
The way that Charles Barkley had Moses Malone, Dr. J that took him under the wing. Zion needs somebody like that, man. You figure for him to have played the whole season and to not be in shape yet, and like you said, Ja and Zion, who couldn't tell whose first game was it, because Zion, he still doesn't look like he's in playing shape. I think if Zion can get down to that weight, kind of how Charles Barkley did. Maybe he might need to lose about 20 to 30 pounds. Jack. Realistically, the way he jumps, he can't sustain that much weight jumping in the air like that.
Going to get injured. It looked like they probably got him listed at 270.
Realistically, he might be like 290.
He looks like when they put that camera, I'm like, yo. And Barkley probably played around 250. In college, he was like Zion is now. He got to the league trimmed up, and that's probably the only player that we can, maybe a Sean Kemp 6'10". And Barkley, when he got in shape, he played so much like he was Zion should be watching old Barkley tapes.
Yeah.
Watch him run the court, dunk on everybody. He's out of shape, so he can't get no rebounds. With that jumping ability, he getting 3 rebounds. Ja had 8 last night.
To think that he doesn't average double-digit rebounds is
unbelievable.
Crazy. Like, that is crazy, man.
It's a crazy stat. But shout
Charles
out to
Barkley, man. Charles Barkley need to get in his ear.
Listen, man. And as soon as they drafted him to New Orleans, said that's trouble. I've been there in New Orleans. I know what happened to me down there. But Ja Morant, and Bane had the pressure off him. He ain't got to score 30. And Jared Triple G Jackson, whose shots, I don't know how he makes them, who taught him to shoot like that. But everybody was freed up, man. Ja's passes, they missed those easy buckets he got them.
Yeah, man. And he looked so happy to be back, man, and just so comfortable. And I'm hoping that he puts all his focus and all his anger into basketball and just goes on a tear for the rest of the season, man. Yeah. It would be real interesting. We talked about it last week. It would be real interesting with Ja back to see how close they can get. I mean, you figure they're at the bottom of the West now, but can they make that, that play in? I mean, I don't know. Anything is possible if they go on a win streak, right? So
here's what everybody's doing right now, praying they don't get in that play-in. If you don't want to see Ja and no playing and no playoffs, they'll put, if we can get some fresh bodies in there, Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus
Smart put one of them seeds out of there. You don't want to see them. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that we
got to tell people what you said Ja was wearing last night.
I didn't listen. Don't bring that up. Shout out to Ja Morant. Thank God he didn't have the flight jacket on last night. That outfit that he wore to court. Shout out to Ja. All right, let's switch gears, Jack. So I believe it was last night on TNT.
Ooh, great game.
Shaq brought up a good point.
Yeah,
he said, "Is Steph Curry in the GOAT conversation?"
Ooh, wait. After last night, man, the Celtics, he is up here in their heads.
Man, listen.
I think they can beat everybody but Steph.
Listen, and Jaylen Brown, he poked the bear. He posted up Steph. Hit a turnaround, got fouled. Did too small.
Very subtle.
Very subtle.
Very subtle.
Steph kept his receipts. Steph kept his receipts.
I said
it was on from there.
There's a certain quality of player you should do that to.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely you don't do it to that guy.
And Wardell Curry is not the one to do it to.
No, because he's real petty. Don't let that smiling fool you. He's the petty.
The babyface assassin is petty. Is he in that conversation, Jack?
Say it again.
Is he in that conversation? The GOAT conversation?
I got him.
Is he in the top 10?
I got him in my top 10. When he won that championship, because I had Durant over him.
Right.
Because I let people talk me into that. Shout out to John Hamilton. John Hamilton tried to tell me, I was like, nah, it's Steph team. Look at Durant. He's 6'11". But when I saw him beat them Celtics, really, him and Wiggins by themselves.
Yeah.
I said, nah, he's a top 10er.
He needed that. He needed that Finals MVP.
I had to move. I don't want people to get mad at me. I had to move somebody out the top 10. I ain't gonna get into that.
I dare you to say who you took out. I dare you.
I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, he's in that top 10. But I think the three, and I always think Magic, LeBron, MJ, and Kareem. Those three.
Kareem is tough for me. We didn't see him.
Yes.
I get it. I respect the resume, but that's like, and any old heads watching this, please forgive me. That's like having Bill Russell in your top 10. I can't.
Man, he's working. He got rid of Russell.
I'm not doing it.
See, why I give it to the Kareem, because he was the best. He's like the most decorated. He's why college and high school basketball. Right. So I pay homage to him.
Right.
Now
I can give you that.
Now, but I think you can make an argument for those three. I think you can make an argument for Kobe,
right?
Magic, maybe Bird.
Of course.
But I think the one that slept on the most that we just throw people over is Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. I don't know that Steph has had a better career than Tim Duncan yet. I wouldn't go that far.
That's what I wouldn't. When they was having that conversation, somebody brought up Duncan to Shaq. I believe Kenny brought up Duncan, and you could tell he was like, "Oh, I didn't forget about him." Because he was killing Shaq, killing prime Shaq.
Gotta relax. He said that Steph is better than him. I'm not going there.
I saw Shaq.
Yeah. Nah, big fella. Prime Curry is no Shaquille O'Neal. No.
And I was watching First Take today, and Doggy was on there talking about how Shaq is like the 5th best. I said, that's crazy.
I saw that.
I said, listen, I'm only giving you Kareem over Shaq, and you can talk about him and Elijah Wan. Wilt as well, but that's it. But I think Shaq probably number 2. I think he's the second best.
He put your boy over Shaq, Moses Malone, and I know how you feel about Moses
Malone.
Moses
guy.
Malone wasn't no Shaquille O'Neal.
I got him on the back end. I got him in the top 20, but but Shaq, the dude 7'2", we ain't never seen nobody running down the court. But as far as Steph is in. I think he's in. If it's on the club, he's in the club. But I don't know if he's in the VIP. I got those 3 in the VIP. And
he's in the room, but he's not sitting up on the stage. He's definitely in the room.
I wasn't trying to have him in the room till they beat Boston.
Right.
I did keep that because I think those finals MVPs mean something.
They mean a lot. And the fact that Durant got those 2.
Yeah.
Then the first one, Iggy stole that one.
I still don't understand that. What you held LeBron to 29, 12, and 11. Look at LeBron's stats. I was like, I don't even understand that.
Listen, I remember watching that game and seeing it looked like when Steph found out that he wasn't going to win Finals MVP. It's like, what? like, how does that happen? But that Finals MVP was important. He needed to win that, and like you said, I think that put him over Durant.
Yeah,
but. He's at the table, Jack, but he ain't saying great stuff. He
ain't saying pass me those rolls. He ain't saying that yet. But here's Kenny made a great point saying how Steph he's not an elite defender like how everybody else is in that top 10. Maybe Sans, Bird, and Magic. Well, they don't have to. Who's gonna stick Magic? He's 6'10". He's 6'10" point guard. But look at how elite MJ was, 2-way player. Kareem, Kobe, Bron,
and his
Duncan.
Right? Yeah.
Duncan probably the best defensive
Shaq, you weren't coming in there on Shaq either.
No, Shaq. Even though Shaq would tell you I'm an offensive guy, he was still getting 13 rebounds and some blocks.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting conversation, man, and hopefully Steph folks, I'm trying to keep Steph's my guy. Please, man, I'm trying to keep my relationships going.
I mean, it's a good conversation, but I mean, me personally, I feel like the word GOAT is it's watered down. I mean, in my mind, when you hear the word GOAT, it's shout out to LL Cool J. It's the greatest of all time. There's only supposed to be one GOAT, right?
Right about that.
So in hip hop, it's Hov. Don't want to rub nobody the wrong way. Just wanted to see if the people were paying attention. It's Hov. I don't know what to tell y'all.
This podcast is going to be Hov.
It's going to be Hov. I don't know what to tell you. This politics is huge. It's Hov. In basketball, we're LeBron guys, but it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah, and here's what I say. You can with just like with you can make the I don't want to hear people say if I think Mike's the best, I can't hear the argument for LeBron. That's what I don't like. Right. Or I can't hear an argument for Kobe.
Yeah.
Y'all can't. No, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that. Because when LeBron hang them things up, there's going to be people that never saw Michael Jordan be like, yo, he got 45,000 points.
Yeah. Maybe 50,000, depending on how.
Is he going to stop playing?
Yeah. But you'll even look at somebody like Steph Curry and say, I mean, how many threes will Steph Curry hit by the time that he retires? Did you see that stat recently?
That's crazy that streak broke.
He missed his first game without a three. What was it like? Something crazy.
There's people who never played 250 games in the league. He hit a three in 253 games.
I mean, he has like 100 more games than like the next closest person.
And that's what's happening now. When you look at Steph's stats, he looked like Magic ain't probably hit 53s in 3 years. They wasn't shooting them. So when we look at that, so it's all, but I just had a rub in Shaq, Shaq always trying to bully his argument.
Right. And it's crazy that he was bullying his argument against himself.
That was insane. he never does, I wish Barkley. That's what we needed Barkley there for that one. They'd have been fighting.
Because Barkley would have said somebody's rolling over in their grave. But shout out to Steph, man. Incredible, man. He cooked he put him to bed last night. Whenever he does that, that's so cold when he does that.
That is the most offensive. I think that's the most offensive in basketball history. That would drive. If I was the opposing team, I would jump on them. And that night, that's offensive.
And like he keeps it, he's the babyface assassin. He looks so nice, and then he does this in your face. You just want to punch him. You just want to punch him. He's a nice guy.
I don't know who needs to be punched more, Steph when he does that, or Clay, according to you, for just waking up. Clay woke up today.
Is it Steph, Clay, or shout out to our next segment, Segue King, the Beard and the Clippers?
Oh,
rolling right now, Jack. I know you hate it.
Oh, I hate every last minute of it.
Rolling.
They on 9 wins in a row.
Man,
one time he was doing the snow angel on him when he hit the three. I'm like, they having too much fun, and I don't like it.
Listen, they're on a win streak. They got the Mavs tonight, though. We're filming this on Wednesday, as we always do. So by the time you guys see this tomorrow, we'll see what they do against the Mavs. But they're rolling, man, on a win streak. The Beard looks pretty good.
And they got Kawhi looking happy. He smiled once or twice.
Yeah. Kawhi is playing. What, he played every game so far?
That's amazing.
Every game so far. I think PG has only missed one game.
Yeah, man, and it makes it and even though I don't know if I would put them in the finals yet, because they still I still think they lack the size of a center they need. But man, they're rocking and rolling, man. I don't know if it's because of the schedule, but they maybe Westbrook going back to the bench or Harden just being Harden, but they're really clicking now. Really clicking.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and they took a turn. At one point, they were, I believe, 10th or maybe even 11th in the West.
Yeah,
in like the 5 spot now, Jack.
Yeah, I saw that. When they was losing, I heard Harden text. He texted the owner of the Clippers, said, "Can you trade me back to the Brooklyn Nets?" But now, I got slander him a little bit. The audience needs me to slander him. But man, they rocking and rolling now, man. But here's the key: if they have a downturn, you see the problem with Harden when it gets bad, he's a sulker.
Right.
He takes it from bad to worse, and that's what my hope for them. They can keep it going to get over it when they go on a little losing streak.
Yeah, and the playoffs will tell us a lot. But the only reason why I think this situation might be a little bit different. Listen, we talk about the top 10 who's in the league right now. When healthy, Kawhi Leonard is top.
Oh yeah,
3.
He's great, and we always forget. Well, because he gets injured, we forget he misses. Like when he was going up against Durant last year.
Yeah.
Smoking Durant.
And there's an argument that can be made that is Durant actually better than Kawhi Leonard. Ooh. I mean, both healthy.
You ain't playing today.
Both healthy going head to head. If the Phoenix Suns and the LA Clippers somehow meet in the playoffs, good luck for Phoenix.
Good luck.
They gonna have their hands full.
They can have all 3 there.
Mm-hmm.
They can have Bill, Durant. I roll with the Clippers because it's healthy Kawhi. Nah.
I can't believe you just said that, Jack. You roll with the Clippers. It hurt you to say it, didn't it?
Oh, painful. I got a razor blade in my throat.
But the telling sign will be
I hope they lose tonight. I hope they lose tonight. I love Luka.
Yeah, that's a good match.
I wish Kyrie was there tonight. Man,
I know.
That would
I know. But I mean, even without Kyrie, Luka Magic is incredible. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if they can keep that winning streak going, man. When I saw that we were going to talk about that, I said, "Ooh, it's going to hurt my partner to talk about." They were rolling.
Took me all day to type that in there.
But I tell you, who's not rolling?
He got it. He got it.
Segway King, Phoenix. We have a problem, Jack.
Man.
We have a problem, Jack.
Man.
Woo, not looking too good in Phoenix, Arizona.
I watched that game last night. And I was looking at them. They was winning by like 17 after the first quarter. A couple minutes later, they was down by like 5. And KD had 40.
Do you think that they thought that Lillard was coming out of the locker room? Why you lose to Portland without?
They thought Clyde Drexler was playing in the second half. I don't know. Yo, you would think with Durant and Devin Booker, that's enough guys we can't name.
Right.
Those young bulls from and Durant had 40, but it was an ineffective 40. It's not his usual 40, and that troubled me the most. And they look disorganized. I told you, I think yesterday, they look like they need somebody to help organize the offense. Even though Booker can do it, he's not in his best position.
Right.
And sometimes it really shows. It shows when every time they lose against the Lakers is because they know the weak spot is him as the point guard.
Right.
People picking up on that.
But they need that point guard, Jack. They need him.
And Bill's out for 3 weeks.
Out there though.
Bill's out for 3 weeks. The ankle, unbelievable. They got some issues.
He can't catch a break, man. That Bradley Beal can't catch a break, man.
Wow, man. Yeah,
and hopefully all 3 of them are healthy come playoff time because they need to have all 3 of them to even have a chance. And I saw today where a report said the Phoenix Suns are wasting a great Durant season. And Durant is getting older, Jack.
Buddy,
like these great seasons are going to happen every year.
Yeah, man. Here's like they were saying that last year when he was with the Brooklyn. It just seemed like I don't know what kind of hex Steph Curry put on him when they left. He cannot put it, just freak injuries, toe on the line, getting traded. Things ain't working. My question is, man, was it worth all this leaving Golden State?
Right.
Because they would have won like about 5 more. Who's going to be?
Right. And I mean, and to receive the backlash that he received for going to Golden State, was it worth leaving OKC? I mean, they were going to give you whatever you wanted.
Yeah,
if you would have stayed in OKC. But you're right. I would have stayed in Golden State, Jack.
And they proven to us OKC knows how to find talent.
Yes, they
We're
do.
Watching it right now. They found Westbrook. They found Harden. The only one they got that was a no-brainer was Durant. Everybody else, Serge Ibaka, they found him. I forget his name down there, the GM. He knows what he's doing. He can find talent. SGA. He got all them Bulls down there. When I watched that team, I was like, yo, imagine them young Bulls running with Durant.
Oh, my God. Shea and Durant was incredible.
Durant, they won the championship. And here's the thing about when I say Phoenix, we have a problem. Every point he got was hard.
Yeah.
And in his face, Jeremy Grant on him. Point guards make the game easier.
Right.
When you got a point guard, everybody can't get a LeBron. Like how LeBron makes the game easier. Durant cannot, and that's my issue with Steph, because Steph, that team has changed so much. Them 30-point games are so much more harder. You got to work so much harder. And in your upper 30s, is that going to last come April?
Right. And I think that shows the difference between LeBron and Durant. LeBron can kind of do anything and everything that his team needs.
Yes.
And that's just not a part of Kevin Durant's game. Yeah. He needs somebody to, take the pressure off him a little bit. He needs somebody to get him the ball.
Yeah.
He needs somebody to get them in the offense. And, like you said, beating a dead horse, but Booker is just, It's just not his game, man. And to ask
Booker's
him
supposed
to
to be
do
getting
that,
30.
right?
They're supposed to be getting them 30, high 20s apiece. Not him getting 20 and 8.
Right. And
Just
they're
because
currently 10th in the West, Jack.
Right, man. Oh, man.
I think they're what, 14 and 13 currently?
Yikes.
And we were thinking about them winning the championship?
And remember, they almost lost to the mustache and the hair the game before. They barely beat them by 1. That was a sign. I was like, wait a minute. They barely beat them by 1. I don't know, man.
You brought up the mustache. That makes me feel like it's time to talk about some bad teams, because anytime you talk about the mustache, we're talking about the bottom of the NBA.
Bottom.
And we got the very bottom coming up next. The Pistons still suck, Jack. Pistons still suck.
If you're wondering, they still suck.
If you're wondering, they have not won a game.
1989. Like Ernie Johnson with the sponsors since 1989.
Bro, you know how many days it's been since they won a game?
How many days?
53.
Who was the last? Who did they beat last?
I believe it was the Chicago Bulls on October 28th.
Wow. Now the Bulls is rocking and rolling without Zach LaVine, which is crazy.
Possibly might be in LA soon. We'll see.
They win the championship. He's the third. If he's the third one, they win the championship.
That's incredible. But those Pistons, man. And you know what the crazy thing about the Pistons is? I think you sent it to me yesterday, and shout out to B-Dub. B-Dub had sent it to me last week. Popovich and the Pistons coach, what's my man's name? Monty Williams.
Monty Williams
are the 2 highest paid coaches in the NBA right now. And the Pistons are the worst team in the East, and the Spurs are the worst team in the West. That's incredible, man. Monty Williams is the highest paid coach in the league with the worst record. 2 wins, Jack. Can you believe that?
They just cashing checks.
I would just buy a boat after every game. Like, this money ain't promised. And we talked about it yesterday. Through text. You know how that goes.
Money. I'm trying to figure out, were they giving the leeway to suck so bad? They knew they would be bad, but they didn't expect no 20. When you cut that 80 million, so we're going to guarantee this, we don't expect 25 games. And here's what's crazy: they're trying to win.
Right.
For years, the Sixers, we tanked.
Yeah. Listen, you know who's rolling over in their grave?
Darko Milicic. It's over after that. And this is his curse for them. He getting picked over everybody.
Darko, listen, should have been Melo's spot. Darko Milicic is rolling over in his grave. Who else is rolling over in their grave, Jack, on that Pistons team?
Sally. Who else you got?
Chucky Atkins is rolling over in their grave watching these Pistons.
Chucky Atkins, oh my God, rolling over his grave. Here's one. I was stunned when I came across this. Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith, not the Jet.
His second to the last team where he retired. He was a Piston in 1997.
Oh my God. Kenny Smith. Jerome Junkyard Dog is rolling over in his grave watching these Pistons.
Corey Maggette. I thought he was going to be one of the ones, Corey Maggette.
Theo Ratliff is rolling over in his grave watching these Pistons.
My God, man. Listen, Vinny the Microwave Johnson. They don't even go to the games no more.
No. Listen, and my last one, Rod Thorne. We didn't even know that Rod Thorne actually played basketball. Is rolling over in his grave. We just thought he was the architect of the Chicago Bulls. He's rolling over in his grave watching these Pistons, Jack. They are not very good.
Man, and I don't think it's going to get any better. They were looking at this schedule and they said, if they're going to get a game, it's got to be the Jazz.
Oh, my.
They don't beat the Jazz, who's coming from back-to-back, they may lose 30.
Oh, my God, man.
My friend.
A team that I don't want to watch. But let's talk about a team that we do want to see, though, Jack. They're playing the Sixers right now.
Right now.
Don't sleep on them Timberwolves, Jack.
I don't know if y'all been watching. They got the best record in the league. I think they may be tied. The Sixers keep look like Sixers gonna handle it tonight. But I was watching them last year. I was like, they gonna break this thing up. There's no way Karl Anthony Towns
said that at the beginning of the season.
Play with Rudy. That ain't gonna work, buddy. Everybody's wrong. That coach, I always forget his name. He figured something out. I think they figured it out by saying, "Listen, Ant-Man is our guy."
Yeah, they gave Ant-Man the keys, man.
Put the pecking order up.
Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns, man, because taking a back seat to the young fella was the best move that he made.
Backseat much,
and his numbers still look pretty good. He's still averaging. I think he's still averaging like 20 or so points and maybe 10 rebounds. Rudy is, he's doing his part. He's blocking shots.
He's having a great year, man.
Michael Conley Jr. I mean, how old is he? And Michael Conley Jr. might have graduated with us.
Yeah, man, he's still out there getting. Man, listen, when they say show up to work for the NBA, he'll find a team.
He'll find a team.
He's gonna clock in. He's gonna clock in somewhere.
Perfect for that team.
Man, listen, and it's helping Edwards.
Yeah.
Remember they had D'Angelo Russell in there?
Yeah.
Wasn't quite mature enough for that. Didn't have the
veteran leadership.
There you go. Like when Conley steps into the room, he demands a presence. He brings a presence that
he's a winner.
Yeah, and man, they're gonna be they are tough, and they made a big step. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. And right in Minnesota, I like their team. Naz Reid, they got a bunch of guys, man.
And Ant-Man is just so fun to watch, man. So fun to watch. He just dropped his new sneaker. I'm surprised you haven't interviewed him, Jack. I'm sure he's probably on your list.
Listen, man, working on it, man.
Come on, Ant-Man. Listen.
Give me some sneakers.
Give him some sneakers. They don't look bad either, Jack. You see the sneakers? Man. They did not look bad. A lot of the signature sneakers aren't that nice, but Ant-Man got a nice pair, man. So
park with that one, man. So don't y'all sleep on those Timberwolves. Don't y'all sleep on the Timberwolves. I like, man, they are built for the playoffs. They got the shooting. I really like their team. Really like
their team. So like we just said, earlier in the show, the playoffs, same we said with the Clippers, the playoffs is going to be the big thing this year with all these teams to see if they can.
The Clippers play them. I don't know if still got a long way to go in the season, but I can see them beating most teams in the West.
Yeah, if healthy, if those players on the Timberwolves can stay healthy, and they're relatively young, Jack.
Because can't nobody see that's the thing. Don't nobody want to be doing anything with Edwards. He got that, and he's young. He's young enough to stick a Paul George or a Kawhi, and they gotta stick him. That's the only thing about the Clippers that make me nervous when they traded away Covington.
Oh yeah,
and, my man who played for the Sixers from France, Nick France.
Batum.
Nick Batum. Those guys were they would stick Durant. They would stick LeBron. Now Kawhi got to do that.
Listen,
when the playoffs come, that's going to be hard. Sticking Edwards?
Listen, and I just thought about this just now while we were talking. We said earlier in the show that if Memphis can get in that play-in and have to see the Timberwolves, that would be an incredible first round, Jack.
Ja and him, remember they had a good one 2 years ago.
Man,
they had a 7-gamer. And and it'd be so exciting with Ja and Ant-Man because they be talking.
Because the tables have turned. Now the Timberwolves are the big dogs now, and Memphis is trying to claw their way in.
That's what we
listen. That'll be a good one.
Prayer list, y'all. We want them. I want them in that spot playing Minnesota. That would be epic. Crazy. Two smaller markets, Midwest teams with those two studs.
Yeah, man. Listen, the league is in good hands with those two players, man. Ant-Man and Morant being back, man. The rest of the season is going to be really exciting, man. I hope that the Timberwolves can keep it up, Jack.
Yeah, man. But before we move to the next segment, I know we said who's going to be the MVP, next American-born player. I changed my mind.
I think I said Morant.
Ja's back. You said that? Ja's back.
I said Ja.
I'm back on Team Ja.
Where's Halliburton? We haven't seen him since
I don't even know I forgot what team he played for. See how people are that fast. I don't even know who he played for. I am on the Gerard, the Morant camp.
Oh man. You know what time it is, Jack?
Tell me your favorite.
Time for my favorite segment of the week. That's a fact, Jack stat of the week.
Let us have it, Jack.
So listen. So last week I said I had one, right? And then Rip posted a stat that was too good not to share. So I got my stat from last week. So last week we had a player that played 26 minutes, and I can't pronounce his name. So I'm not even going to try. He plays for the Bulls. He dropped 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks. 0 for 6 for field goals. So I said to myself, man, I wonder who has the most minutes played with zeros across the board. And I found my answer, Jack. This is an awful way to be remembered, man. Joel Anthony, when he played for the Miami Heat on January 9th, 2011, in 29 minutes against the Portland Trailblazers, Anthony recorded 0 stats and had 4 fouls. He didn't have assists. He didn't have a rebound. He didn't have a steal. He didn't do anything.
He's like the 4th referee.
He was out there getting cardio, Jack.
Yo,
20 was out there getting cardio. We always think of Tony Snell. Like when you think of somebody with the zeros, people always think of Tony Snell
all the time.
Well, Anthony's stats were just as bad, and I believe he played more minutes. I'm sure it wasn't a very eventful game for him.
29 minutes, and 0 said that means the announcer
4 fouls.
Didn't call his name. Except for the foul.
4 fouls.
Yowza.
He was out there to hit people hard, just smack them in the wrist.
Zeros across the board, man.
God, man, that can't feel good as an NBA player. You work your whole life to play in the NBA and you score nothing. You get 0 assists, man.
4 fouls.
4 fouls.
Probably got waived after that. Cut it.
I can get in the game and give you 0 stats.
I can do that right now.
Right now.
Here's what's funny. You know, they say in practice or shoot around, they put up the box score, the coach. Who's coaching them? Was Spoelstra? Was it Spoelstra? What was coaching them? He probably looked at that box score and like, yo, 0?
You're fired.
You can't score?
Nah, he couldn't do nothing.
He get a rebound.
So listen, Jack. It's been a while since we did this. We got a top 5 coming up next, Jack.
This one.
Yeah. Get ready for this one. So we got the top 5 sneakers that we never got as kids. Top 5 sneakers that we never got as a kid. Man, I had fun with this list, Jack.
Revisiting trauma. I had like 25. Hard getting them down to 5, man.
But listen, I ended up getting a lot of the sneakers later on when I became an adult. But I picked sneakers that are even to this day that I haven't had a chance to get. So I'll let the executive producer put the picks up, and then this is mine.
I swore you would have had them.
I never had these.
Legendary
Hardaways, man.
Are they the best
Air
ones
Max
of the pennies?
City, Orlando. I never had these, man. They got them out now. I think they just came out. I gotta have them. I gotta get them.
I don't think it's smooth.
Ooh, we going in the road with mine. Listen, a lot of people may not be swaggy enough to pull off these. These was the Kembe Mutombo. These are another ones that are Adidas, on my list.
Adidas.
I have to have these.
Are they Adidas?
These are Adidas. The Mutombo Adidas.
Oh, I remember those. Those are the Rodmans.
The Rodmans, the Air Darwins, worn by Dennis Rodman, man. These are crazy. These are hard to find today, man. The original backward Nike signed before Travis Scott was doing it.
That's right.
Incredible, man.
Never, you're killing me.
I know you probably can't believe I've never had these. Never
had them. Not as an adult.
Not even as an adult. Every time they would come back out, I would strike out. And now they went probably like $900 for them.
You know they weren't for real. Sheesh.
Listen, I got the black ones, but I don't have the white ones. And then the D Browns. Oh, man. The Omni 2 Reebok pumps. Trying to find them now, Jack. All these sneakers that I'm listing, I was trying to find them today and see if I can purchase them, man. They came out a couple years ago, and I still didn't get them. I don't know what I was thinking.
Brother, that's a great list. I'm stunned about them pennies, though.
Never had
those pennies.
This is you, Jack.
Those are the Larry Johnson Grandmamas.
Yes, sir.
I love them.
People may see Converse now and not realize how important these sneaks were.
Oh, my goodness, man. That's when there was a bidding war where you had to make a decision. You're going to go Nike, Reebok, the 4 brands. But those ones were a major sneaker that I always loved. And I was at a Converse session they invited me to. And I said, yo, why don't y'all bring them back? The 90s would love them grandmamas. I saw them for like $600 on like StockX.
Crazy, man. Those are incredible, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, these ones, they are basketball sneakers, but they really basketball kicks you wear with your Rams jersey back in the day. These are some.
I got these in the vault, Jack.
Man, I could never find them. I used to stress out in high school. I wanted these so bad. These white and yellow high Air Forces.
Ooh, I could have put these on my list too.
Buddy, never had them. I don't know if they ever reissued them. And these were what Penny wore the first time, but I couldn't find a pic of the red ones with the red check.
Yeah.
That Pippen wore. These are the Air Dunks. And I love those. The Jordans I never got my hands on when he was retired. The number 9s. Billions of dollars.
These are one of my favorite Jordans.
I love them. I think they might be the most underrated of the pair he wore. The first 13, I think they may be the most underrated. Those right there. Those Kobe 8s, KB 8s, his first signature shoe before he went to Nike. I always loved them. Always loved them. Smooth shoe, man. Still love them.
Yeah, Jack. Good list, Jack.
Yes, sir.
So
same to you, man.
Top 5 sneakers we never got as a kid, Jack.
Before we get out of here, did my voice sound like Scarface at any time?
It's the Scarface. Never made me
just relax and let it go.
This Tiny Desk concert was incredible, Jack. See that?
Oh, man. Listen, watching it piece by piece, I'm going to finish it tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Scarface, Jack. So what's the time for, Jack? Is it time for shout-outs?
Yes, it is, man. Listen, we done survived another week almost.
We survived another week. I'll go first, Jack. Shout out to my boy, Dr. Ron Carter, Talented Village. Yes. My boy, this is a collaboration with Acquired Culture. So shout out to my boy, Dr. Ronald Hogarth.
Allegedly.
Respect on his name. Nah, I ain't no legend.
Allegedly.
A doctor. We call him Doc. And shout out to my man, Todd Hill, man.
Oh!
Shout out to Turt, man. Listen, that's my guy. Turt tunes in every week. He says he loves the show, brother. So shout out to my boy, Turt. Hey, Ty, stand up.
Turtle, you know I helped raise him, too. Will you tell me?
B-Pal, Hey, Ty Park, Schoolfield legend, Todd Hill.
Man, listen. He had one of them. He was the only one that was in the neighborhood with Kid when it comes to the flat top. He was the only one. If they had a competition, we'd send Turtle Whooper. He was the only one. I wish I could have got mine that high. Never could do it. I want to give a shout out to the memory of Mr. John McDonald, who passed away. He used to play and direct many choirs in Coatesville and Philly and all over. He used to play with Billy Reeves with Pass Down. They was together, man. I saw he passed away from cancer. So shout out to him and his family and for all the great work he did.
All right, Jack. And then another one.
Yes. Number 8.
Number 8.
Oh, you know what my name going to be next week?
What's that?
Call me Doctor.
Call me Doctor. My name might be Adam. Keep the receipts caught.
Oh, yo, receipt me.
the receipt keeper.
Yeah, man. Listen, we thank y'all for rocking with us again. We are the Politics as Usual podcast. You can follow me at the Groveness, and you can follow Mr. Carter at Mr.A.Carter13 on all social medias. Follow, subscribe, like, share, and we're out of here. But I want to drop this bit of wisdom on you. I ain't got nothing deep to say. We'll see you. Happy holidays, Christmas, and Kwanzaa. They thought they was gonna get something.
Gotcha.
I think it's safe to say we came here to take over the game. Yeah. Steph. You know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy, more heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up, and type of motion new to you. So it's just a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them our facts. That's exact what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And Ben Worthy like 42 on a Lakers jersey. It flies the jet logo on